Welcome, all you +2 comedy modifiers, back to the stream. Welcome back to the T.E.C. archives. TV's Noah here, sadly without beverage. And we are jumping back into the T.E.C. archives. So, we're making our way through this. Apparently the T.E.C. archives, I don't know why I keep doing that, has been renamed as Generation Zero, and we still got quite a few things to get through in terms of discovering what's going on here. Last time on the stream, we basically got confirmation that X is dead. I don't believe it. I just don't. We're going to go to the tapes and findings just to make sure that we're not missing anything. Because it looks like we eventually are going to get to a point where this website stopped kind of updating and it's just on the YouTube page. Because we're right here at Expedition. We're going on an expedition. Expedition going to give it to you. So let's just see what this says. According to the archive website this was found on. This tape was originally uploaded to YouTube by someone who was moving into their new house and discovered the tape concealed under the floorboards. The channel has been deleted for unknown reasons. Let's see what's going on here. Warning: the following is property of the. I was reading. Oh, good. I'm not going to have to read. Any unauthorized viewing is strictly prohibited and will be met with severe consequences.
January 6, 1959. The brothers David and Isaac Miller embarked on an expedition to the anomaly. For months, the scientists at T.E.C. had been receiving strange readings from the gate. And on November 15, 1958, an image was generated using a series of radio waves received from the anomaly. The image suggested there was some sort of plane on the other side of the gate, and David and Isaac Miller volunteered to venture into the anomaly to explore it and gather further information. However, as soon as they entered the gate, the scientists running the expedition lost contact with them for 23 minutes.
Ooh.
When the camera system came back online, David and Isaac were only just exiting the gate. David later confirmed that it had merely been a few seconds since they stepped into the gate when they arrived in the anomaly, not 23 minutes.
Ooh, interesting.
Along
time
with this
travel.
strange time jump, there was no sign of Isaac on the other side. It was as if he had simply vanished. David, though worried, decided to explore the anomaly alone, hoping that Isaac had somehow arrived slightly before him and had wandered off. David had arrived in a flat plane that he later noted felt artificial and fake. However, interrupting the emptiness of the plane was a strange wooden cabin, buried under oddly smooth and spherical rocks.
Is this the cartoon that we saw earlier? Is that what this is implying? Also, hello! Thank you so much for joining me for some T.E.C. archives.
When he opened the door, he was confronted by a long, empty hallway. With nowhere else to go and still no sign of Isaac, David ventured into the hallway. As he reached the end of the hallway, he was startled by a ball rolling out from around the corner.
It's a ball!
David turned the corner, expecting to see Isaac there, but there was nothing. Instead, there was a strange hole in the wall, with light spilling through it. David looked into the hole and discovered that there was a TV inside of the wall.
Okay.
Next to it was a small wooden box.
Can we go back? First off, radioactivity error, bad sign. But, is that another wall? It's very tight. Pause required in the TV screen. Yeah, so I looked at this image. This image looks familiar. It's clearly cacti. Oh, you're right. That is. Interesting. Oh, wait, is this not it? I thought it was. Or is it like a frame that pops up? Because this is clearly cacti. Well, so apparently something happens at 2:59. Keep that in mind. Videos. Maybe. I kind of see it because of that line there. I'm sorry, I'm trying to point at stuff. Oh, really? That. Well, Equinox, thank you so much for being my guide on this journey, because I've read your comments as I've been playing this game for a while. So thank you so much for being around. All right, let's get back in here.
Wooden box. Playing on the TV was a series of images depicting various deserts, with a shadowy figure standing on the horizon. David did not want to stay there for any longer than he needed to, and reached for the wooden box. However, as he did, the camera footage suddenly glitched and went offline.
That's not good.
This time, it was offline for more than 3 hours.
Oh.
Dr. Arthur...
I'm enjoying it. I think it's a lot of fun.
Collins was just about to send in a search party to look for the missing brothers when the camera system suddenly came back online. The camera appeared to be in some sort of dark void, with only a TV lit up by a spotlight. The camera stayed like this for another 13 minutes, unmoving and silent, before the TV screen suddenly switched on. On the screen was a photo of Isaac Miller with his eyes censored.
I was wondering about the censoring of the eyes. That's interesting. Oh, but by all means, if you got something to add something in. I should also point out, it's January 6th. It's not July 1st, because British dating system. I would assume. That was creepy. Yeah. Right. Isaac and David are brothers. I don't know what the relationship to James would be. Or comedian Dennis Miller.
Then, the text, David Miller and Isaac Miller are lost to the nightmare plane, appeared on the screen. The text stayed on the screen for a few minutes before the camera system went back offline for another...
Father makes sense.
29 minutes. Some scientists claimed that, while the camera system was offline, they could hear a woman's voice coming from the speakers connected to the camera system, despite the voice not being picked up on any security cameras. They claimed that it was the voice of a woman comforting someone, and they could hear a man crying. The woman introduced herself as Amelia, and told the man that she, too, was trapped.
Amelia. Amelia's not... Well, this is... Oh, yeah. So, yeah, Amelia. The subtitles probably just got it wrong.
And that he shouldn't be so without hope. She told the man that others had been trapped there for decades, but the man was different. He had a team of scientists working to get him back, while the others had no one. She convinced him that it was only a matter of time before someone found him, and then he could go home again. The man spoke, saying they can save you too. His voice sounded like Isaac's. The woman laughed sadly and said that's not how it works.
Amelia Bennett, the angel of the London apocalypse, as well as the watchmaker, apparently. We still got to figure that out. Is she the watchmaker? I don't know if we have that. Yeah, she's very important. She saw the future and all that good stuff.
I traded my life for something far more valuable. I must stay. Then the camera system came back online. The camera was on the floor, facing one of the walls in the hallway.
Okay,
and
gotcha.
there was a faint rumbling in the distance. The scientists could no longer hear Amelia or Isaac. Everyone was startled when David suddenly tumbled out of the gate, holding the small wooden box he had found in the wall. Isaac did not come through with him. David was kept at the facility for a further 3 days to ensure he had no side effects from entering the anomaly and to ask him questions about things he may have seen that weren't picked up by his camera. David was strangely quiet, only providing short responses to the questions and constantly staring at the corner of his room.
Okay, very similar to what happened to Amelia. I'm curious if we were supposed to be keeping track of time. Because it's very, specifically saying things like 23 minutes went by even though it was seconds for him. And then everything goes black for 19 minutes. I wonder if that's supposed to be, important in some way. Oh, okay, gotcha.
He no longer had the wooden box, and when the scientists asked where it was, he did not respond. However, it got even stranger when the scientists took some x-rays of his body and discovered there was nothing. According to the x-rays, David had no skeleton or organs.
That's a problem. It's really hard to do anything like that.
It was a scientific impossibility. The scientists assumed there must have been something wrong with the machine, but X-ray after X-ray showed nothing. January 10th, 1959.
Got no brain.
Despite the strange readings the scientists had gathered from David, they came to the consensus that they had kept him at the facility for too long and decided to let him leave.
Just for the record, there are other ways to check to see if someone has a skeleton. You can feel this bone if you touch somebody. You can just be like, all right, so there's a skeleton in there.
However, when they opened the door to his room, they found it empty. On the wall above his bed was a large crack, oozing a strange blue substance.
Blue again.
One scientist reached out to touch it, only for a small, squid-like creature, no larger than a fingernail, to leap out of it and land on his hand,
That's not
sinking a
good.
pair of fangs into the scientist's
Oh,
skin.
that's really bad.
The scientists tried to pull it free, but it would not budge, and only hurt the scientist more. Then they watched, horrified, as the creature dug its way into the scientist's hand.
Did they blur this? For who? Oh, censored due to being able to see the scientist's bone. Again, though, it's not like this was for broadcast.
Behind a gaping wound that immediately started emitting a dark blue gas. The scientist started screaming in pain, and the other scientists rushed him to the medical ward. A message was later discovered hidden under the mattress, written on the bed frame.
Gone
with the same
exploring.
blue substance that was oozing from the crack. It simply read, "Gone exploring." The security footage of the room was later examined, only to find that the camera had been damaged and the footage had been corrupted, leaving no clues as to what happened in David's room the night prior to the incident with the crack on the wall. January 11th, 1959. A group of scientists decided to try to break the wall in David's room where the crack was to see if there was anything behind it.
Oh, that's a
They
mistake.
discovered that, somehow, the wooden box that David had brought back from the anomaly had been concealed inside of the wall. The scientists opened it and discovered a series of children's drawings with numbers on the back of each one. They quickly realized that the numbers, when placed in order, revealed the order of the drawings, which seemed to tell the story of a little girl wandering into a forest and climbing down into a well, before climbing back out and meeting a shadowy figure. There were 7 drawings missing, as it immediately skipped to the little girl meeting another girl, seemingly inside of a house.
Okay, hold on. Okay. because I've seen some of this before. So let's kind of evaluate this. Yes. I remember Maisie. So a little girl, she's walking through the forest. She finds a well. Because I remember I used this as a thumbnail. Finds the well. She gets down. What was the other? What was the video game about the well? It's like Lily's Well or something. It very invokes that. Finds the box. The box has the weird iris on it. Opens the box. There's a key and a note. This world is not real. For some reason, written in mirror. Which originally I thought meant everything was going to be mirrored, but the C and come is still correct. It's just the E's that are difficult. She gets out of the well. There's music. Watchmaker or the Benadryl man, whatever you want to call him, shows up. He says, "Come with me." Bunch of other stuff happens. She meets another girl. I feel like the answer to everything is the Doomsday box that I had no idea what to do with. Batman leads someone as far, and then she meets an identical girl. It looks like. All right, so this is interesting. So she looks pretty much the same, but this girl is different. And then there's the weird wall here, implying some sort of separation. And maybe this is her going, because it looks like water, but maybe she's like going through a mirror, and then she ends up at the school from Pets Cop. Got it. Figured. Solved.
The scientists were unsure of what to make of the drawings or why they had been hidden inside of the wall. January 12, 1959. While examining the box, a scientist discovered that there was a removable panel at the bottom of the box. Underneath was a sheet of paper with writing.
All right. Excuse me. When I was a little girl, I loved playing out. When I was a little girl, I liked playing outside. I would go outside every day, no matter what the weather. One day I decided to venture further from home and went into the forest. It was peaceful there because no one else was around. It felt like I had the whole forest to myself. I ventured deeper and deeper into the forest and soon came across a well. I looked into the well and saw nothing but darkness. There was a rope hanging down from the top. Ooh, top of the well. And I used it to climb down to the bottom. This is kind of invoking the similar theme of spelunking. That's just what she sounds like. There I found a small box. The box had a keyhole in front, but it was not locked. Because she does find a key in it. Maybe it's like the key to the box is in the box or something. I noticed there was a symbol of an eye engraved on the top of the box. I lifted the lid and found two objects, a rusty key and a sheet of paper. Written on the sheet of paper was some backwards text, which I wasn't able to read. I'm doing voice acting. I took the paper and the key. I climbed back out of the well. I left the box behind. It was getting late, and I begun to head home when suddenly I heard strange sounds coming from the trees. After deciding to follow the sounds, I came across a strange man in a trench coat wearing a fedora. He said only one thing to me: "Milady, come with me." And then and that's where the pictures would end. So this is kind of blurred. All right, so this is interesting. This implies a couple things. This could imply that it was actually Miller that did the drawings. Probably not. The wooden box that he found doesn't appear to be the same wooden box because there's no eye on it. But just kind of chatting.
On it, the writer had signed their name at the top of the sheet of paper.
Well, okay then.
Maisie looked.
M. Mysterious M at the end there. And we're off to decode once again. Nope, I went to the wrong place. Hold on. So that wasn't found in the box that Ash and X had. That was found in the floorboards of another building. Oh, I know. It's just, this is meant to be a Let's Play. So, I'm doing the work as part of, like, the experience. You can shake your head all you want. There is more under the surface. Alright, so apparently we're missing something. I would assume in this particular video. Let's go to the past and see what you said 3 months ago. Oh, the Nightmare Plane must be the name of the blue grassy field. Yeah, or something like that. Absolutely. I agree with that completely. Amelia and Isaac, perhaps. They were both lost in the Nightmare Plane. That confirms my theory. Yep, I agree with you. I traded my life for something far more valuable. Oh, sightseeing. She traded her life for the future, or maybe not. Let's see. I'm starting to... yeah, that's my brand. I'm starting to kind of develop this theory that the blue eyes and the dreams and stuff, it's less seeing the future and more experiencing time in a different way. Kind of like in the movie. Actually, I won't say that because it spoils that movie. Yeah, to be a watchmaker. That makes more sense. Lack of response, perhaps dissociation, or maybe a sore voice. Hallucinations, perhaps. Survival. Either removed important things from the body or can't be x-rayed. Yeah, the whole x-ray thing is so weird because the response from them is, oh, the x-ray machine must be broken. And that could just simply be a storytelling device of like, we can't accept the idea that this guy's bones are gone. But if his bone, like, again, you could touch your finger and feel the bone. You can feel someone's clavicle. You can feel someone's wrist bones. You can tell if bones exist. If they honestly didn't think he had organs, I feel like these scientists might order something like exploratory surgery. It could be simply that whatever happened to him is interfering with the machine. Oh, this is an interesting way of seeing it, that Miller ends up just creating identical drawings rather than just that's what being in the box. That's an interesting idea. I assumed they were already in the box. What are Maisie's drawings doing here? Was Maisie also someone connected to the TMP? There's an order, a pattern. It's this video, and then Maisie is lost. I'm guessing those are the letters that are found in the transcript. Maisie is lost, probably backwards. Was that before or after? I'm so confused. I hate being confused. The Apollo. Why did you have to make yourself look like a character with this? Isaac is trapped in the Nightmare Plane. All right, interesting ideas in here. I just wanted to give a quick peek at the transcript because I'm assuming that Because there's that mysterious M at the bottom that makes me think that Maisie is lost is hidden in here. And if that's the case, I'm not going to do that. You were completely wrong. Noted. Okay, that was what I was kind of I was going off the belief that he was the watchmaker, so I'm glad that you are correcting me on that one. All right. We got time for one more video, I think, if it's not a longin. Yeah, if I can shut up and just watch this one, then yeah. Let's get into Shadow People. Shadow People 333, which is interesting because that was the error number in the previous video. Was error 333. So repetition of that. Which actually, before I even dive into this, let's double check this. Yep. It seems it was part of a tape. It seems part of this was taped over by 2 other random videos. I'm not sure why. All right. Well, I gotta go in order. I gotta read it. I want to know about these Shadow Peoples. Hey, my favorite song's back. Ow. That was fun. Yeah, man, I'm behind. This is first time viewing. Well, I forget what I was solving something else, and someone was like, "Yo, you got to check out the T.E.C archives." So I was like, "Okay." All right. So that's the picture of Isaac, right? And then it gets discorded, and there are screaming. One of us. One of us. Did we all enjoy this? We enjoy the jump scare? Yes, that's what I thought. I thought that was Isaac. I don't know what to say. This one creeped me out. Yeah, you could have... How about... You know what you could say? Hey, jump scare warning. That would have been nice. You jerk. All right, let's get through this. We only got 15 minutes, and 5 of them have to be watching this. Welcome back to your training! This tape will be covering the phenomenon of the Shadow People. Shadow People are believed to have been around for centuries, perhaps even thousands of years. By whom? However, due to the recent increase in sightings, it has been more important for you to learn everything you need to know about them. To begin, you must first be able to identify them. The shadowy people. Shadow people are typically identified by shadows that are not cast by a person. Alright, I'm going to turn this down a little bit in my headphones. For each of the following images, please circle the shadow person on your worksheet. I have pause powers. I don't see a shadow person. I'm looking for a shadow not caused by a person. Is that that? I've already forgotten the instructions. By shadows that are not being cast by a person. Oh, okay. So, in other words, if there's a person here not casting a shower, a shower, a shadow, I should be wary. This guy looks a bit, because this guy's casting a shadow, but this guy doesn't seem to be. He's got a shadow. Yeah. I would circle this guy. How'd I do? Don't you scream at me. I swear. Don't you scream at me. What? I thought that was a shadow. Alright. So, he's got a big shadow. Oh, it's a shadow with no person. Oh. Okay, that's what I... Hold on. Did my dyslexia screw me up? Shadow people can typically be identified by shadows that are not being cast by a person. Alright, so it's a shadow with no person. Okay, alright. Looks like there might be a shadow here. It's hard to tell. Most of this is dark. And this is also clearly propaganda for Oppenheimer to win the Oscar. So, way to go, T.E.C. Archives. You did it. Oh, that's way in the background. Okay. Okay. So I think this is a trick. Because it very clearly seems to be right here. But it also kind of looks like there's a person in front of him. But, you know, I'm going to say this. I'm going to say this, and I'm going to confidently lock in that that's the shadow. They also do have funny red eyes. It's making my ear itch. Did I get it? That's right. Shadow person. Shadow people. Right? Because the whole point is that that they don't have people and this is all just shadows. So, shadow people. Nailed it. Yeah! Well, I did one big circle, but they're everywhere. I did one big shadow, that should still count. Me? Hold up. Was there a thing? Nah, just a goofy transition. Doesn't seem to be anything hiding in there. A little bit of red for you. While it is not known what these shadow people are exactly, numerous theories have been put forward. So here's some blind guesses we have. One theory suggests that they are ghosts of the dead instead of ghosts of the alive. Someone's got to work on the copy of the T.E.C. archives, I'm just saying. Shadow people are believed to have been around for centuries. Oh, that's weird. Why would it show that again? I'm sure you do, but my audience does not. Another suggests they are people from other universes who are colliding with our own. That seems more likely based off of evidence. Neither of these theories have scientific evidence to back them up. I don't even know why I told them to you. However, one theory is still under investigation. Well, they should all be, if there's no scientific... But, okay. Oh, okay, gotcha. With the recent discovery of other planes of existence, it has become more plausible that the shadow people are entities from other planes. We now cut to that weird monument ARG that was going on for a little bit. Is that the Capitol building? Well, that's British, obviously. Oh, I don't know if I saw that one now. That line seems vaguely familiar. Airplanes. So, just interesting thing I want to point out here is that the videos are all from the 1950s, 1960s, like late 1950s, early 1960s. The idea of someone taping over it for a black and white show would be very unlikely. Just because of how VHS and VCR were related, existed back then. Are you a shadow person? Are you? I'm poking him. I can pull my headphone out. You have to sit there and listen. I even walked through the darkest valley. I will fear no evil, for you are with me. Okay, this is just Bible quotes. Your struggle is not against the flesh, but against the rules of the authority, spirituals, evil heavenly realms, excuse me. Vive la Britain! This is the other song. I did see that there was going to be a different song. A little Amazing Grace. I got that it was the Bible. Do not forget to show hospitality to strangers. What? We just saw war footage, though. Why is it this now? For by doing so, some of the people shown hospitality to angels without knowing it. And you were mentioning that we're going to get into guardian angel territory soon, so this is turning into Phobos. I'm just promoting all my other videos. That was something. That's definitely words. They're angels? Thanks to Phobos, yeah, I have. Mama mia. Yeah, I think they're... It looks like it says, they're, angels. Yeah, I definitely get the word angels here, and then I think this is their. THEY''RE. Also, hi, Jay. Be you angels? And we said nay. We are but men. Rock! Alright. I think luckily this ARG stopped doing the last frame being something, so that's good. Decrypt automatically, please. What are the shadows? Are they manifestations? Do manifestations know they are manifestations? Do they believe that they are real? That seems way more than what I... So there was also a mention of like if you believe something enough it happens. So this is all kind of fallen into place now. God, it's so windy out. And let's hear from Star from the past. Yeah, okay. Oh, now you're saying it's David. Is it David or Isaac? Who knows? Well, I hope I see you on these streams more often because I want to cover more ARGs. Because right now I'm only like I just finished up Creature Collection. I don't think that's had an update, so I haven't done anything new with that. I need to get back into Roach Prophets. I haven't looked into them in a while, which was a real fun ARG that I hit like a brick wall in. And somebody sent me something like about a bunny ARG, not angel hair. I'm not going to touch angel hair. That's already been covered. That's what I thought. I thought it was Isaac. All right, just trying to keep things clear for us here. But we're going to continue to trape down the road here in the T.E.C. archives because I want to finish this. We're getting closer and closer to finishing it. I know that another project started, but I want to finish this one. I want to finish it. So another 8, 9, 10, 11 videos, 12, 13. 13, an unlucky number of videos. Left to get through. So we will jump into those next time here on the stream. I'm streaming every weekday, 3:30 Eastern Standard Time. Tuesday I'm over on Patreon. But be sure to join me here, Plus2 Comedy on Twitch. And be sure to subscribe to Plus2 Comedy Gaming. You can catch up on all my past live streams. And I will see you all next time. Boop.